Hi guys. I wanted to come on here. I know I have like Willy Wonka hair going on. Um, I want to come on here real quick, kind of give you guys an update. Told you that there is something coming up soon, and it's time for me to tell you what's going on. I am in the room. If you know my story, you know that um, we lost our daughter last year. 24 weeks, I had preeclampsia, and I had to have a um, emergency C-section. And 2 weeks later, our daughter passed away. We had her nursery done, and that's where I'm standing at now. We have prayed about things and tried to figure out what's next. And I think soon after Ember passed away, I kind of told you guys just different things that was weighing on our mind of what to do next, or if anything at all. So we kind of have transformed this room from a nursery into a bedroom because we are adopting. We are adopting a 7-year-old little girl. And yes, it's PJ Masks' bedroom. She likes PJ Masks, from what we've been told. So that's kind of what we've turned it into, and just getting stuff together for when she gets to come here. The pandemic has, I still have that up from the nursery, and I decided to keep it up for now. It doesn't really match the room. Um, but I'm going to ask the little girl that we're adopting if she wants to keep it up or take it down and redecorate. Um, so I didn't want to take it down and then maybe she want it. I don't know. It was a lot of work to put up. So anyways, um, we the pandemic has slowed down our adoption process. It's been going on since April. Oops, I'm shaking. Um, we found out, see, I think I told you guys that I had miscarriage in April, and it was twins. And the day that we found out there was no heartbeat, when I went for my 8-week ultrasound, that night I got a phone call about this little girl, for us to adopt her. I was thrown. I was angry. I was very emotional anyways, because I was going through another miscarriage, and I was angry. I was thinking, why, like, is God playing a joke on me? Like, I was so frustrated, and I was like, is this real? Or are they going to say, okay, because it was this little girl's mother that contacted me. So I'm like, is she just playing with me? Or, is it really real? Or is this something she's saying? And then she's going to take it back later. And all that was going through my mind because there's so much disappointment. So we thought about it for a few days. Then she gave us information for the social worker and stuff. And this mother lost her rights for to parent this child. And I can't really go into all the details. But it's just a very sticky situation, and I ended up contacting the social worker, and it ended up being very real. Then we basically started the process in April. we had to go through a lot of things, and this um it's kind of, I'm trying to think of what I can tell you and what I can't tell you, but um we had to go through to adopt, like through like the county. You have to go through, still have to go through like foster classes and stuff. So we had to do that. We finished all that in May, I believe. We finished all that in May. Um, and got all that done. We started the home study process like the beginning of May, I think. And it takes about 5 months for the adoption, about 5 or 6 months for the adoption to go completely through, um, from this time you start. And so the deal was we're supposed to get full custody of her before the adoption goes through. So we should have her before we actually adopt her, if that makes sense. So the plan was we were supposed to start getting her the end of May, the beginning of June. Um, but because of the pandemic, their separate social workers, and we were supposed to have a home study for the custody. And it's just like where they just come in for 30 minutes and just to make sure you have a clean house and a bedroom for her. And um and then we start the process of getting her. Well, because of the pandemic, that social worker has not been doing house calls. So we are still waiting for that. We are halfway done already, about halfway done with the home study for the adoption. So way it's going, we're thinking that we're going to end up adopting without even getting like the full custody first. Now, most situations, this is what some of you might uh, wonder, whatever, but most situations, the child is supposed to be in your home for 5 to 6 months before you're able to adopt. And this situation is a unique situation, and they say they don't come across this kind of situation very often, and I can't really go into all of it, but since we chose the route we're going, and she's kind of considered family, but I've never met her. We're doing a kinship to adopt, and she's not technically blood related, but by marriage, she's somewhat family. But because of the situation, they said like there's a group of the social workers. It's like a team. Like she has a social worker, and we have two social workers plus their supervisor. So the supervisor told me a couple weeks ago that the adoption will be approved around the end of October, the beginning of November. So they said everything is looking good so far. We have to do a lot of paperwork and send it back in and all that stuff. But we're like right in the middle of the home study process of the adoption. So we're almost there. They told us to have a bed ready for when they do the home inspection. We haven't done a home inspection yet, and that might be confusing to some of you guys too. Most home studies, they do 3 to 4 home visits in your home. And because of the pandemic, it has changed. So we're doing things over the phone. And there would be one home visit for the custody and one home visit for the adoption. So yeah, it's really confusing, and it's a way like different than normal. So the process has taken a little longer than what we were expecting at first, because they said it would normally go faster, not the adoption process, but getting her, like getting full custody of her and stuff. Um, she is in the state's care, um, in a she is in a facility, um, because she has been through a lot. So she does have special needs because of her background and what she's been through. Um, so she's been in that facility since January, and we have to work with her. She doesn't know who we are. We don't know who she is. And once they say so, which it's getting frustrating because one social worker will say one thing and another one will say another thing. Um, they keep telling us they're going to start like virtual visits with her where we can do it over the computer and stuff and see her and start getting to know her that way. And we were told that in May. Still hasn't happened. It's going on the end of June. That still hasn't happened. They keep saying, well, I'm going to talk to this person and then we'll see about doing this. And sometimes I don't even mention it, and they're the ones who mentions about the visits, and then nothing happens. So yeah, that's really frustrating, but we're supposed to start anytime whenever they tell us to, like virtual, visits with her or talking to her on the phone or a little bit of both. And then eventually we will start, I think after the custody, like the kinship home study is done, then we will start going to see her, which she's about hour and a half away from here. So we will go start visiting her. And then after we do that a few times, we will bring her here. Just crazy. We got to drive like hour and a half to go get her, and then drive hour and a half to come back because they want her to have a visit inside of our home so she can see her house, see that she has a room, and she can get to know us a little bit more and to know our house so she can feel more comfortable. And they said that'd be like a 6-hour, 8-hour visit, and then we have to drive back hour and a half to take her back and then drive back home. So it's a lot of driving in like one day. So I'm just afraid that that's going to take away from some of the time that we'll have with her. I mean, car rides still can be cool, but yeah, it kind of stinks a little bit to have to drive that far. And then eventually, like after we do a few visits like that, then she'll come and spend the night with us here and there, like a couple of times. And then she'll spend the night for like 2 nights, 2 or 3 nights, they said. And if she's comfortable enough, then I mean, like her therapist says that's okay, then she can actually come and stay and live here. So they're kind of weaning her. Is that the right word? Weaning her. I don't know. Kind of just slowly working her way into our life, I guess. That way she's just not nervous. She's probably gonna be nervous in any ways and scared of the unknown and don't know who we are, and I'm worried for her, and I'm just like scared for her because I can only imagine like thinking about putting myself in that situation, and it's just it would be hard for anyone. So that's kind of what's going on. That's what's up. I've been wanting to tell you guys, but we've known since April, like the beginning of April, and it's been an ongoing process. But it's time to tell you guys. We have told family, and not the entire world knows yet. Like all of like our church family, and there's just a couple people that knows, just because we had to get some like insight with them because they've adopted or fostered, and we had to get some information from them. And then we had to have, um, oh, what do you call it? I can never think of the word for some reason. Um, references. There we go. I got it. We had to have some references. Some of the leaders in the church knew. Um, well, recently, the last few weeks or whatever, because they had to like fill out paperwork and then turn it back in and answer a bunch of questions about us, like why are we fit to be parents and all that stuff. But um anyways, so not everybody knows, like our church doesn't know, like everybody in our church doesn't know. Not all of our friends know, and well, barely anybody knows really, but just some um uh closer relatives knows, and that's pretty much it. So just like maybe a handful of people, or two handfuls of people, but that's pretty much it. We're not like going around telling everybody, but everybody that I know of that is family, and I think maybe one close friend might be on here that watches. Um, I believe they all know. So I was trying to go through and try to figure it out. But yeah, I think everybody knows that watches this. Um, so I'm good with telling you guys. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. We're adopting. I don't know if I mentioned she's 7 years old. From the things that she's been through, she's a little slow. They said she has a mind of a 4-year-old. So I'm not sure if that is like a learning disability. Like is she slow in learning, or is she slow in like her behavior and maturity, or all of the above? So that's just something we're going to learn and figure it out as we go. So we do know a lot of her story and a lot of issues that she has, and we're going to work with her and trying to resolve some of that and just try to make things better and just give her a little bit of a better life than or definitely a better life than what she had and possibly would have if she stayed in foster care. So not saying all foster care is bad. You just don't know. There are some bad people out there, and things happens in foster homes and stuff. And sometimes they're great foster families and great places they can end up. So you just don't know. And there was a foster family that was taking care of her for a little bit before she went into this facility, and they were wanting to adopt her. But then I was asked by the mom if I would adopt her. It was like the mom's request, and she went through like the social workers and stuff. And so, because I'm technically kind of considered family, I trump them, and I kind of feel bad for the foster family because I know they have no kids, and they don't have any other, like they can still foster, but they don't have any foster kids or anything right now. So I did feel bad for them. I really do. But I was kind of thinking along the lines, I guess they live kind of farther away, and they didn't really want a whole lot to do with her family. Um, Her parents is not allowed to see her. Um, but she has siblings that is in custody of other family members, and I think she has 6 other siblings. And so I was thinking along the lines of, if she can stay in the family with us, we can still get together so she can see her siblings for birthday parties and like different get-togethers and special days and special occasions and stuff. So that kind of was on my mind, and I was thinking maybe it's a better situation for her if she can stay in the family, um, so that she can still have that bond with her siblings. Um, and that's kind of very important to me, um, for her, and I think that it'll be important to her as well. Um, so, anyways, now that I keep babbling and going on and on and on, um, we are have gotten her room together, and a bed for her. This is transformed from a nursery to a bedroom. Can't really see without my glasses. I'd take them off because it's always a glare. Um, so I kind of have things just kind of, it's not complete, but, oh, I can't flip this around. I was hoping to flip it around, but, I'm starting to gather some stuff. We're going to we're going to get a TV and mount it on the wall so that she can't because we have a little dresser here, but, um, I was thinking about my original thoughts was put a TV on the dresser, but I was afraid, well, what if she knocks it down or something? So we decided to mount it on the wall so we don't have to worry about her knocking it down and breaking it. And plus, there'd be more like storage room on top of the little dresser and stuff, um, to have for stuff. But anyways, I just laid some books down, just to show kind of, I guess, a display for the home study to show them like kind of our faith a little bit. Some of it's like Bible stories and stuff. And then I have like a little stock. This isn't going to stay here. It'll go into the bathroom. But for now, I just have it sitting in here. And it's like kids' shampoos and conditioner and soaps and detangler sprays and hair stuff and toothbrush and toothpaste and stuff like that, for her, and a little hairbrush and just different things there. I can't turn my phone around to show you guys, so I'm just doing it this way. I got this little tote thing. I got at Walmart, and for $5. And that is a great toy box. And you can get another one. I'm thinking about getting another one, and you can stack them. So I thought that was perfect for this area. And I'm thinking about getting another one and stack it. So that way there's 2 boxes. And we have a bunch of little toys in there that's still in packaging. So that it looks like it's full, but it's not. Because it's out of all the packaging. It's going to look like she has no toys. But we started doing games, started collecting games just because games is a big icebreaker of her getting to know us knowing her, and her feeling more comfortable with us. So we started to collect games. We're still going to get more stuff. This is just a pinch of stuff. Like, we're just starting. We're starting from scratch to a regular kid. Another thing is she never knew what toys were, so she never had toys before, so that's why she's part of the reason why she's in the facility she's in, to learn how to be a kid. So anyways, we do have some clothes for her in the closet and in her dresser. Don't know what size she is, so there's a variety of sizes, but they all might be too small for her. We're not sure. But we'll get clothes for her once I know her size, or once we get her, however that works. I'll get clothes for her. I did start getting stuff like socks because they can fit, pretty much all ages kind of thing. So I got socks and got some beach towels, kids towels type of thing she can use for here or like when we go swimming or something. I have some books, and don't mind this. This is some leftover baby stuff that I had from when we had this in nursery. And then there are some learning stuff and like crowns and some like art supplies and Play-Doh, which I will not keep this stuff in here for when she's here, but this is just where some of it I will, but like the Play-Doh and stuff will not stay in here because I don't want it stuck to the walls and stuck to stuff that shouldn't be on, shouldn't be. And like there's paint and stuff, that stuff won't be in here. I'll put that up where she can't get to it. But there's coloring books and just crafts, different crafts and stuff that we can do, and some kids cups and stuff that we've gotten for her. So we're starting to gather some stuff. Just don't know everything. We don't know everything she likes. All we know, she likes PJ Masks. I don't know what else she likes. So I just started gathering a few things. That way, I mean, something is better than nothing. So we started getting some stuff. I did get, I don't know if you see that. There's some PJ Masks toys. I just laid it out on the bed. And there's some, well, I'm bad at this pointing thing. There's some plush animals. The only one I'm missing is the green one, the lizard guy or whatever he's called, a lizard boy. I can't find it. It's like sold out on Amazon and stuff, so I can't find that one. And I'm really looking for that one still. But so I started getting some toys of PJ Masks. So the ones that I've gotten of PJ Masks, I'm just putting on the bed because I was thinking like when she comes here, her first impression should come in here, and if she, if she really does like PJ Masks, she can come and we can start opening up her toys. And they obviously won't stay on a bed, but it's just a display so she can see it when she first walks in. I want her to feel excited. That's what my goal is, for her to be excited when she walks in and sees her bedroom. And we're planning on getting more, and we're going to get bigger stuff too as well. But I want her to be excited, and I just feel like if she's excited about seeing stuff that she likes or wants, or a bunch of toys and stuff, maybe she'll feel more comfortable. So that's kind of my goal. To try to make her feel as comfortable as possible. At the same time, I don't want it to feel overwhelming, but I know it's going to be overwhelming no matter what for any child coming into a new home. So anyways, if you have any discussions or comments, leave them in the comments section. And thank you guys for watching. And I guess I'll see you guys next time with the next update.